Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a comparison between the Roomba 505 combo unit and the Roomba Max 705. Now the Max 705 is just a vacuum only. The 505 is a vacuum and mop. And the base station has a clean water tank and a dirty water tank, and it's going to wash the mop pads. So up here, this is where the clean water tank is. This is the dirty water tank. Mine's been cleaning this area for a while. Let's go see how dirty the water is. All right. You can see it's been doing a good job. The water has settled a little bit. You are going to have to clean these out once in a while, but it has picked some dirt off the floor. Okay, so I like that both of them have LiDAR navigation. They do a really good job of mapping your house. Roomba has a Roomba home app that does a really good job of showing you the map, and in there you can edit the map. They both have a sensor on the front. Now, they can take pictures of an obstacle that's in front of them. You have to activate that in the app. It's not activated normally. And they also have obstacle avoidance. It does have the traditional bumper on the front. If it runs into something, it will turn the other way. But these robots will map your house, and then after they've mapped your house, when you tell it to clean a room, it's going to clean it in the straight lines. That's a really nice feature. This one's auto docking. Now I like that they have physical buttons now. That's a really nice feature. You have a power button and a home button. So you can tell it to start cleaning, pause, or tell it to go home if it's bothering you. Now in my testing, the obstacle avoidance was actually very good. It's not 100%. And on some things they do better, on some things they do worse. But they both were relatively the same as far as obstacle avoidance. Now again, they're both going to vacuum your house. They're going to come back to the base station, and there's another vacuum that's going to kick on and suck everything up into the dust bag. And here on the 705, the dust bag is up here. You'll have to replace that dust bag about every 2 months. So here's the dust bin on the 505. Again, it's going to go around your house. Everything's going to go into the dustbin, and then it's going to get auto emptied.
Dustbin installed.
Over here on the 705, it's going to vacuum your house, and then everything gets auto emptied out the back, out that little trap door right there. Okay, so on the bottom, the 505 has these spinning mop pads, a single brush roller. We can see we're already getting some long hair in there, and a side brush. Over here on the 705, we got the split brush roller design. I'm sorry, the dual brush roller design, drive wheels. This wheel spins free, and the single brush roller. The 505 does have a carpet sensor. It can raise and lower these mop pads, and it can also extend one of the mop pads up against the wall. That's a really neat feature. Again, the 705 is not a mopping robot, but let's take a look at the dual brush roller design. Now, it also gets some hair wrap around the ends. We can see we're already getting some hair wrap right here. It does a little bit better job with hair wrap with long hairs. Let's take a look over here on the 505. You're going to get some hair wrap right there. See, we're getting some. Yeah, I'll have to go in there and cut that. They do give you a little tool right there that you can go in and cut that with. But there's what that looks like in the dual brush roller. And down here on the 505, there's where it's going to auto empty the dustbin. Here's where it washes the mop pads. It doesn't heat the water. It uses room temperature water. There is a little filter here you're going to have to clean once in a while. It charges the robot. Now it does dry the mop pads at the end of the job with hot air. Now the 505 does not have an internal water tank. The base station is going to set the wetness level of the mop pads according to when it cleans it. So, and then every so often, which in the app, you're going to set how often it comes back to clean the mop pads, because the mop pads have to capture the dirt on your hardwood floors, come back. The base station is going to wash that dirt off and then set the wetness level, and then it's going to go back and keep mopping your home. And then when it's all done, it's going to come back, wash the mop pads, and then dry them with hot air to help prevent odor. Okay, so I have detailed videos on both of these. If you want to see exactly how each one cleans carpet, hardwood floors, and that sort of thing, check out the detailed reviews. This is just going over the features, and you may be asking, why am I doing it? These are extremely popular robots. Some people are going to buy them, and I want to show them if they're looking for what the differences is. It all comes down to price for me. Now, the Roomba 505 is $1,000. That's way too expensive. It's already at $800. That's still too expensive. The 705 is $900. It's not on sale yet. So let's say it goes down to No, that's not a $700 robot. Now, I want to say thank you to several people in the comments. When I reviewed these, I said that it doesn't take pictures of the obstacles, and they kindly told me that in the app, you got to go in and activate it. Now, you don't get a manual when you unbox these, which you have to have. I think you should have a manual, a paper one. They tell you to scan a QR code, and that didn't work. But the settings are a little tricky, so somebody did help me with the settings. I like that they've got LiDAR navigation. They're just behind the times. You can see I've got quite a bit of hair wrap. Those brush roller designs are not going to help with long hairs. And another thing missing is they don't have the Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. This is the lineup that I absolutely love. This is kind of an expensive lineup, but that's the Dream L40. I just had to check. It was on sale for $500. That was a flash deal on Amazon. Right now it's at $600. Look, $600. That is a far superior robot to the 505. I probably should do a comparison between these two, but I have lots of videos on these. The Mova P10 Pro, that's going to be a hard comparison because those are two similar robots that price point is exactly the same. These are a little bit more expensive. You know, for $1,000, you can get $1,100. You can get a Q-Revo Curve right now, which again, far superior to anything that's going on here. This is their less expensive lineup, which I've got videos on. Again, they're all missing the Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. The Roomba 505 could possibly get it if the price point came down, maybe $400. I mean, right now it's $800. I don't anticipate it ever getting that low. Now, again, I did buy these with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. Obviously, Roomba would not want me saying this about them, but I'm glad that I bought them with my own money. I can say whatever I want about them. Now, the 405, what's absolutely hilarious is they have a 405. It looks exactly like the 505. It has zero obstacle avoidance. So, and it's the same price right now. So that's crazy to me how you can have something it's at $800. That's mind-blowing. How it just is. Yeah, I did a video. I actually sent it back. So that's another thing. When I buy it with my own money and it's absolutely horrible, I send it back. But I'm keeping these just because of how well they sell. And so if somebody is searching for, hey, I want a Roomba. Oh, they got a Roomba 505. Hopefully I can catch them. I'll be comparing the Roomba 505 to a product that they may never have heard of. And I'm going to right away tell them, oh, this is a far superior robot that does a much better job for a much cheaper price. So that's why I keep these robots. I don't know the future of Roomba. Again, they're in a step in the right direction. They're just a little bit behind the time, and the price is kind of high right now. I need to get a banner. Help me with what I should call this. This is the honor roll, the honor wall, the Just a Dad approved wall. What is this area right here? It's my robots that I have just tested, love, bought with my own money, wasn't paid for, not sponsored. These are just proven robots that are going to do a great, great job. Q-Revo Edge, Q-Revo Curve, Mova P50, Mova P10 Pro, and the Dream L40. Now, the X50, which is I love it. It's at my house right now doing extensive testing. I was pretty rough on the X50 at first, but I got it at my house. They've had a couple software updates. I love it. You're not going to find a quieter robot. And it's doing a great job. So I'm about to bring it back to the studio, do the real world tests, show you the cleaning. But man, that thing's pretty cool. It's expensive. And I don't know when exactly it's going to go on sale. You rarely see it on sale. So, and I have the Saros, the Roborock Saros 10R. I have the 10 and the 10R. The 10 with the flat mop pad, I'm not liking. I'm convinced, I don't know that flat mopping is the way to the future. I think the spinning mop rollers, the mop roller is probably the future, but the spinning mop pads the 10R has, I think are a little bit better. But the 10R, I'm just not completely sold on it yet. The Curve right now is $1,100, and it's a generation older, but I think they missed something. I think the Curve generation was good. The Saros generation, I'm not sure. Now, I do have the Z70. I had to send mine back. It had a broken plug. They're sending me a new one. The Roborock customer service has been top-notch. It takes a while. There's a delay. You email, it's all through email. I started with chat, and then it immediately goes to email. And then, so you're emailing, waiting for their reply the next day. and then you have to send yours back. So keep your box. I always keep my boxes for 60 days at least. I think they would have sent me a box if I'd asked, but they just gave me a label, and now they're sending me a new one. So pretty far, so seamless, but it's been 2 weeks, so just gotta be patient. Again, none of this would be possible what I'm doing here. Let me know what you think of this format. I know this video, you know, these are not robots I approve of, but they sell a ton of them. So if somebody's actually, no, I want a Roomba, and should I get the 505 or the 705? I hope this video helps, but in the end, maybe I can show them maybe a little bit nicer robot. Again, thanks everybody for your support. I'll put links to these in the show description notes and links to ones that you're gonna start seeing a list of my top 5 or 10 in the show description notes, and that may change, but that's gonna be a pretty solid list of my robots. And that's gonna be in other robot videos. And you know, if they send these robots to me free, they probably wouldn't like me putting that in there. So probably gonna continue to buy the robots with my own money. I know I've been playing around with having some sent to me for free, and that sounds enticing just because it's free, but you're right, I'm probably not going to be able to give 100% honest opinion on it, so I'm probably not going to do that. I do appreciate the feedback on that. When I did the Matic robot, got a lot of feedback on that, having that robot sent to me for free. I was a little biased. You just can't be, not that I was biased, I was just excited for that company, because I feel like that owner that's making those robots, we had a Zoom call and he's super excited. He wants to make the best robot he can. And so that was kind of neat to be involved in that. You know, at a very little, you know, it was neat to be, I felt honored that he'd asked me to review it, I guess. And so, again, thanks everybody for your support. None of this would be possible again without your support. This is our channel. I may experiment with things, and I got the feedback. And I'm willing to, you know, say, no, maybe I won't do that. So again, this is our YouTube channel. I hope you like this testing. If I do need to throw in the actual products, you know, I feel like I have those videos that I can link you to where they're actually doing the cleaning, and I know the information. That's the thing. Like, I know the difference between the 505 and the 705. But if I can just talk about the information, and then, but if I have to show the robots cleaning, this would take probably a couple hours to make, and I just don't know that I have time. There's so many robots, so much information. And again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks again.